Hey everybody, we're just hanging out tonight and working on. We'll finish up the GTO, and then I don't know what we'll do next. But there's nobody here watching yet, so it doesn't really matter. Just hanging out. Yeah, because nobody's home but me. Yeah, we still got to put the headlight lenses and the windows in the GTO, and then we'll be ready to start putting it together. Hey, how are you doing tonight? You're welcome to join in if you'd like. The link for the chat is at the top of the chat for the stream. Cleared out the tube here on my glue so I can get the headlights put in. It's probably not for all of them. One trick I do for my headlights when I put them in is before I put them in, I will drill a hole in the center of the bucket. Just a small one. Because it does two things. A, it allows air to get in to help cure the glue. And it also, when everything dries, it kind of gives that bulb effect to the center of it. It makes it look like there's actually a bulb in there, just not a clear lens sitting there. It gives that kind of dark spot in the middle of the old school bulbs. Okay, we got the glue in there. Clean the knife here. Hey JP, how are you tonight? Hey Michael. Yeah, we're just hanging out at the bench tonight. Since nobody else had a stream going, I figured I'd put one up. I try to line up the little lines on my headlights, even though it doesn't really matter. I mean, back in the day, they were round, so they just wherever they got stuck in, they got stuck in. Like, but then you try to somewhat line them up. And there's Marcy. I'm going to find my mouse. Here it is. Hey, Marcy.
Hey, hey.
I was working on the goat tonight.
No, I fiddled with mine a little bit earlier, but it's too gross to do anything now.
We'll probably get this one finished tonight. It's just about there.
Hey, feeling everybody. Yeah, I got the color on the cab yesterday, and the primer on the bottom bits and the tailgate and whatnot. So, moving along slowly. Pieces, painting some of it with the brush. Figured why not? Hadn't painted an engine with a brush in a while, so that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Probably about half done. Maybe a little more than that. Put the rest of the color on the front fenders and the bag and the hood tomorrow, hopefully. I don't know if I'm going to glue this tailgate shut or I'm going to try to leave it so it opens.
Welcome everybody coming in. If you'd like to join into the stream, the link is at the top of the chat. And if not, you can just hang out in the chat and talk to each other. And I try to monitor what's going on, but if I don't catch it, I apologize, because when I get involved with what I'm building, sometimes I zone out. We're working on our 64 goat here. We should get it finished tonight. Got the clear on it the other day. And so we'll get our glass put in. We'll be able to do final assembly on it tonight. Cut this off. Way before I do bad things. Run into the mouse with my hand. Bad things can happen.
It's running slow today.
Okay, let's see here. How are these? This is the Revell kit, by the way. That's a 64 GTO 2-in-1 kit. I've been in my stash for a long time. Good. Good.
Hey, Butch.
Hey, Butch, how are you tonight? Obviously, before I glue those in, let's paint the inside. Just paint it with some acrylic. Just brush paint it because you're not going to see it anyway. But just get rid of the green overspray.
Never fails. I sit down and everybody wants something.
Yeah, that's the way life goes.
Not a word all afternoon. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff. How are you tonight? Do that. We're gone. Let's see. Make these windows fit. Inside. Okay.
I think everybody's hiding out again tonight.
Yeah, I'm kind of figuring it's kind of almost like a holiday weekend this weekend because got the sports in the middle of the week, and the next weekend is basically a holiday weekend too. So
Now every idiot's going to be blowing off fireworks from now till the next snowfall. because they have no consideration for anyone around them. Between that and the idiots firing their guns into the air. Clearly don't understand how dangerous that is.
Well, I'm in the country, so gunfire is nothing new. That's normal.
No, it's nothing new, but when, everybody's tanked up on alcohol, they got fires going, they've got fireworks going, and then some idiot whips out a gun and starts firing random shots into the air. Ricochet is a thing.
Freaking ammo prices are so high you can't afford to waste shells anymore.
They still do it.
It was nothing for us to used to go out and burn through 100, 200, 500 shells in a day, but man, you just can't afford to do that anymore. Even those 22s are freaking expensive.
Yeah. The only thing my grandfather ever shot was rifles, and we packed our own. We had all the equipment in his basement. Have anybody to shoot with, so I just have to resort to going down the range.
Yeah, I've got the equipment here to reload, but it's just more effort than it's worth.
Yeah, well, my
For me, because I
grandfather
don't.
hunted. He hunted, so we always kept our own.
No, it used to be nothing for us to everybody go out and buy a brick of 1,022 shells and go out to the target range and burn through 5,000 or 6,000 shells in one day.
Mm-hmm.
And go through probably 50 or 60, maybe 100 rounds on the 9mm on the handgun. But that shit's so expensive now. You can't do it. Can't do it.
Yeah, I catch them at work when they run a special. I said I don't go that much anymore. I don't want to do it by myself. It's boring by yourself.
My actual hunting rifle, my 30-06, I don't think I fired a round through it in 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, my grandfather's rifles, I had them. I gave them to two of my uncles. They use them. They're not just sitting.
Because with my health, I can't really go out hunting anymore. So
Yeah.
and I came to the realization that getting up at 4 in the morning to go sit in the freezing woods to shoot deer that I don't even like the meat part was a waste of time. So.
Oh yeah, if you don't like it, I mean, it's not worth it. But we ate what we landed. So.
Oh yeah, but I'm not a big fan of venison. I never have been. I mean,
I love it. I
ate it as a kid because you ate it or you didn't eat. But
I could eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day of my life. But between that, fishing, rabbit hunting, birds and other small game, we always had a full freezer. Now I just go in halvesies on a pig and a cow with my mom and one of her brothers. Get the animals slaughtered and processed and packed up and well, full freezer for the winter.
Yeah, I shoot left-handed, Jeff, so the options for firearms for me are kind of limited. They don't do a whole lot of left-handed guns. That's when I ended up with a Remington 30-06 because I could get a left-handed one.
Moose is tasty, but that requires traveling.
That's what I can shoot. I can shoot a right-handed gun, but I don't like the ejecting the shell right across my nose. Yep. Save the plant, see the cow.
Yep. Gotta leave the plants alone for people that don't know how to hunt. Technically, Rob. Yes, technically it is.
Yeah. We got our back windows are in.
Well, they should be thanking us for taking them out, right, Jeff?
Yeah. Cutting down on the methane, which is causing global warming, you know?
Right? Like, how do you explain to the idiots that the animal was domesticated as a food animal for a reason? Lots of people require lots of food. Now I want bacon, and all my bacon is in the freezer. I can start talking about food.
It's a circle of life.
Hey, Jimmy.
Good evening, Jimmy. How are you tonight? Freaking turkey about took me out. I had one fly into my windshield when I was doing about 65 miles an hour down the highway.
Jeez. Yeah, the only thing I've ever had run into me while I was driving is a fucking deer. And the bastard got up and ran away. Did freaking $5,000 worth of damage to the front clip of my car. Didn't have a choice. It was deer or ditch, and my son was in the passenger side, so I took deer.
Yeah, fortunately, I was the only one in my truck at the time. If there had been any passenger seat, they'd have been dead because it came through the windshield there with such force that it actually bent the A-pillar almost back to the back of the door.
That's a lot of turkey.
And it was probably 20, 25 pounds, and I hit it at highway speed.
Oh no, smack me, I lied. I did hit a possum once, and that was totally the possum's fault. It was like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I was coming home from being in town, actually being down Detroit, hanging out with a friend. And by the time I spotted it, I couldn't slow down enough to avoid it. So it's like I just closed my eyes and apologized to the possum and split. Didn't damage the car, but definitely damaged the possum. I just couldn't slow down soon enough. So again, highway speed.
Yes. Yeah, you got to watch out for the armored possums around here now. They're getting pretty sick.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that, Jimmy. You don't want to get nailed for that. This possum was big. It thudded underneath my car pretty hard. Honestly, if I'd have been going any slower, it probably just would have been really messy. But the only thing left on the car was some fur.
Oh, here you can. Oh,
Deer
yeah.
fur.
You call the conservation agent and tell them you hit a deer, and you tell them where and what it is, and they said, like, if you want the meat, you can have it.
Yeah, you still have to pay for the tag here. But if you take it away from the scene without recording it and having it recorded, that is a punishable by fine or by jail, depending on where you're at.
Here the conservation agents used to they'd come get them, and then they would donate the meat, but they don't even mess with it anymore. They just tell you if you want it, you can have it, just as long as you reported it, where you hit it, when you hit it, and what it was, and about how big it was. That's all they.
Yeah.
Of course, now too, I think now they ask you to save a sample of it for the because they test it for diseases, the waste
Yeah,
in it.
make sure that the herd's not sick. Yeah. They need to know that ASAP because they have to they do broad spectrum treatment, they do catch and release, and they also adjust the hunting for the next season. The limits get reduced to try to compensate for any loss in the herd components. That's another thing people just don't seem to get. A lot of these animals they get overpopulated, and if we don't call them, they get sick, and more of them die from illness than from hunting.
Yeah, they are definitely overpopulated here.
Deer are like rats. We get them here in the city. They actually pay professionals to come in and
Yeah, they do
do
that in St.
culling.
Louis. Yeah.
And when they cull them in the city, they take them to the homeless shelters. And all the meat gets donated. These things, they're like puppies. They'll walk right through your yard like they belong there, sit and munch on your flowers. Every once in a while we get them up in here. Generally, the most we get are the occasional squirrel, a ton of birds, the occasional groundhog, um, stray cats. We never really have rodents for very long because there's always stray cats. But I've actually had a fox and a deer in my yard. And I'm in the middle of the property. I'm not even like around the edge by the pond or the creek or any of that, where you would think they'd come up. If they're hungry enough, they're brave enough, they'll come in. They'll eat out the bird feeders, they'll eat their favorite flowers out of the garden. I got a neighbor lady that feeds the stray cats. I don't know how many times I've seen deer in the cat kennel. I tell her, it's like, you're feeding deer. You're not feeding the stray cats.
Hey Norm, how are you tonight?
You know,
Yeah, this paint was done by committee in the live streams last week.
we all threw a bunch of ideas out, and that's what he came up with.
Kind of ran with it, yeah.
Which is a damn good paint job. I don't have the patience to do fades. I tried, I screw them up.
It wasn't hard. I mean, I painted, like when I painted the green, I painted it at an angle this way.
Mm-hmm.
After I painted the white, and then I came back with the white again, one more that pearl, and painted it from this direction on it, and I had no issues. And actually, with the white lightning, I went over the entire car after the green was on, because it's like basically just a clear pearl.
Yeah.
So that blended it in real nice. So it does a nice fade.
I'm doing good to get one decent color on a car. So. This truck is probably the most colorful thing I've done in a while. That's not, something completely different than cars.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do next. I'll figure something out.
I have no idea what I'm going to do other than I keep saying I'm going to try to finish some of the half-done projects, but got to get the senior build out of the way first.
We got the Pro Street group build starts next week. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Kev.
Grandpa Mark has a Pontiac group build going on. I probably want to do something for that.
Yeah, I saw that. I wondered if you saw it.
And then
I still need to do my motorcycle for clips. We started the senior build in the middle of that, so. And I mean, the only other group build I got left is from last year. But I got a good dozen just in eye shot right now, just looking across, that need to be done before I open the house. They're all at a different level of completion, and they're all picking up on my clips, so I can't start anything new until I finish the project. Something.
need to go Tommy or Papa Dan and see if they're not going to do since they're not going to do the deformed group build in September, if they'd mind if I put it up. Because that's a fun, easy one to do.
Yeah. Yeah, the last group build I finished was great fun. Yeah. And I opted out of Bandai Build. And I picked up everything else to do the CD build.
For long, it'd be time for the cancer group build. Starts in October.
I have a car for that. Hoping the decal sheet in it is good and we have to send it out.
Yeah, I've got my ordering for my decals from Terry over STS. It's going to take 6 weeks or so before you can get to them. But,
Yeah.
that
They're usually a minimum of 3 weeks out. They're doing a lot of shows, so they're really
yeah, he doesn't have any
backed up
shows
right
over
now.
the summer, but I know it's vacation time and stuff. He said it'd be 6 weeks or so before he got them done.
Yeah. What, Ryan? Nothing extra around here. It's just whether there's any at all. Look on the table for if I have any to do there. If not, remind me tomorrow. I'll go over the warehouse about it.
Oh yeah, it's the way it is around here. Around it's thick rain would be a good thing to cool it off, but it just turns it into a steam bath. Yeah,
Oh,
because
it's disgusting out there right now. It rained this morning, like it's hurricane.
it's still 87 here, and let's see where the humidity's at, 66%.
What's that bag tugging away at my feet? Be careful with that. That's my garage backdrop. My friend Pat made that for me. Did you see it?
%, humidity right now, 91. 90 feels like 91 degrees.
Let's see. It
80%.
is. Yeah, we got about the same. 91, 72% humidity. It went down a little bit. Nature's upper mess. You've got our pools flipped. Florida weather up here. Or like my grandma used to say, Mother Nature looking at the map upside down again.
Well, Jeff, I have one lawn and no racing, and it's still not done.
I did manage to get my grass cut in between the heat wave. We had one nice day. Didn't get any of the weeding done or trim around the house, but I could knock the grass down and pick up the dog mess.
If my brother doesn't come and do it tomorrow, I guess I'll have to do it on Monday. He usually does it for me, so I don't have to do it.
It's a swamp out there right now. I couldn't do it if I wanted to.
I can go out the rider.
Water to go away.
The trimming I can't really do.
Yeah, my son usually does the trimming.
So I can cut the grass with the riding mower, but I can't do any of the trimming. Okay.
My yard's too small to warrant a riding mower at this point, so I just have the old school gas mower. And I didn't even bother to get a self-propelled one because they wanted freaking $200 more for it. It's like, are you kidding me? I just got a regular old 24-inch gas mower. It's a good workout.
Oh, we didn't have a gas mower till I was probably 20 or 25 years old. We had just a freaking push mower, the reel.
Yeah, we had the spinny kind with all the blades. Yeah, those were cool. And I mean, when I lived at my grandparents' house in Lincoln Park, we had this tiny little postage stamp front yard and a little strip down the side of the house between the house and the driveway. And the whole backyard was Grandma's garden, so there was, no grass to deal with back there.
Yeah, because like we
Except
only
for the tall grass that grew behind the garage that faced the alley. And she would just go out there every other week and pour vinegar out there, and it'd dry up and fall over.
which we only mowed about 20, 30 feet on either side of the house, each side of the house, and the rest was up to the farm animals to keep cut.
Yeah, they live, just in town, so they have a tiny little yard, just subdivision. But yeah, Grandpa used to pay me $5 to trim the grass and take care of the flowers. On either side of the porch in the front, the cinder block porch. Roses and tiger lilies and lilies of the valley, and there was nothing else out there. A little bit of leaves in the fall because there were some maples across the street. That was about it. Other grandma's house in Hollandale was about the same, except they had a bigger backyard, and only half of it was dog kennel and garden. Grandpa had a kennel outside for the dogs. And then we had a decent sized garden. And enough yard left to have an above ground 5 foot deep metal swimming pool. Aluminum sided one. And a big old tree that faced the east end of the alley with the tree house in it.
Okay, now the fun begins. Let's see if they may go up in there. I know it's a tight fit. Oh, it's in there. Dog.
Jeff, you have an echo.
Thanks, Adam. We're getting her done. You'll have to figure out what I'm going to build next.
Maybe the family requested privacy and they're actually honoring it. The rest of the world doesn't need to know what's going on if they don't actually know the person.
Yeah, I saw that this morning when I got up. But there was a music thing. Let's have a mirror on there now. Nope. Oops. Okay, but it does. Yes, it does. I don't know if we'll put it on or not. Maybe, maybe not.
It's also too soon to tell. You know, between that and the family probably requesting privacy right now, you're not going to hear anything. A serious brain injury, it can go one way or the other quick or literally nowhere. Hey, Chuck, when my son got
Hey,
hit by
Chuck.
that car, he lived for a week connected to a machine, and there was nothing they could do for him.
We can get a pin in there. We'll put it on. If not, we won't. That's awful thin. Eyes on face. Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy.
It's there. Oh, my fucking legs hurt. Oh, we went on a float trip Friday and Saturday, and my legs are fucking Larry the Lobster red.
Where'd you guys end up going?
Black River over in Missouri. I don't remember where the hell we stayed at, though. Some little bitty ass town. Spring Willows. That float trip was cheaper than the past couple of them. We went to the Hoosier the past couple of years, and it's fucking expensive to float there.
Yeah, as long as it was worth getting a sunburn for, that's all that matters.
Well, I remember the sunburn. I got a bunch of bruises all over my feet and my legs that I couldn't remember how the hell they got there. My mom said I just, at the end of the float trip, the big one on my shoulder came from at the end of it we're pulling the two kayaks. We'll take not kayaks. We'll take two canoes and we'll ratchet strap them together like a pontoon so we don't lose all of our shit. And we were pulling them up, and I just went to step out of it, stepped onto the ground, and just fell forward.
How?
I don't fucking know. I don't even remember doing all that. I still don't even know how the hell I got to warm my leg. It was a fun trip.
Yeah, we used to go on the current river all the time. But I haven't gone in a long, long time. Because on Sunday I'd have to sit in the water because my legs were burnt so bad just to keep the pain down.
Yeah. You feel it on the river, enough alcohol. It's the next day when you wake up.
Okay.
Look, is a Rick Snake in the chat?
Jeff wants to know if you know where Jacksonville, Illinois is, Jimmy.
Jacksonville. I feel like I do. I probably do. But,
Hey, Jeff.
oh. What package from Rick? Send me a shop card. And
Did you get a Skelly? Yeah, I got one too somewhere.
you can do acrobatic bullshit.
Yes, Skelly's a contortionist.
Oh yeah.
I had mine hanging from my overhead lamp for a while, but I just kept bonking my forehead on it, so I took it down. I think I threw it in the drawer.
You're floating up here with my light. And
Cool.
all right. I think this truck's gonna go on this 4-wheel drive frame. I think they're both nice 24. That'll work. Oh, pretty sweet. So, I don't know. My email's still being weird. I don't know if he got any of my emails. He got the first one, but I don't think he got any of the other ones.
I don't know which one.
Oh, and then I forgot to email you before we left. I just remembered today. I fucking spaced it.
So it ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. Before we left, I faded something. Shit,
Yeah,
brown.
Just reply to my email with your phone name and address. As soon as
I got you.
Get it out to you. That's a nice color. That's not a shit brown. That's chocolate, man.
I got the interior and the top, this kind of creamy brownish color.
Like tan.
Yeah. No, not really tan. It's like a little darker than tan. It's like creamy. Oh, fucking leg.
Launch that one out in space. Oh, there it is.
Feed him a burger and give him a bucket. Okay. Put down here somewhere.
My bumpers.
Gotta put down here somewhere. I think. Here, I'm gonna go up here.
Oh,
I'm breaking doing that.
got a pin in the mirror. That's step one.
No.
Yeah, my Oldsmobile was kind of a reddish root beer color. The last one I had, the '79 Cutlass.
The only issue with this brown is, and I've sprayed it before, this shit takes for fucking ever to dry. I've sprayed it Thursday evening and it's still really wet. So I'm just going to keep letting it sit. Hopefully eventually it dries. Oh, fuck. I don't remember what I was doing to this modem now. I left for a couple days. I don't remember where. I want to paint that part. I don't know what the fuck I did with it. Around the floor. Up there somewhere. Oh. I did not, Kevin. That is still straight out of the can, and it's just been curing. Which, man, for straight out of the can, I'll tell you. Freaking, as a Chevy guy, I can't believe the two best paint jobs I've laid down have been on a '78 Ford Bronco and a '97 F-150. Or not '97, like 90, 91, I think the Lightning is. '94. But yeah. That kit is getting some of Matthew's rims and tires on it. So we're good. And then I found on Amazon, and I'm about to order some fucking white Sharpies. Even though they made white Sharpies. So I think I'm gonna get a couple of those for tire lettering.
Go by your Michaels or whatever and get the white jelly pens. Jelly roll, white gel markers, gel pens. They're ballpoint pens.
I didn't know they did the white gel pens either.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, chill.
Those are the easiest to do because they're a lot finer.
Yeah. All right, chill. I think there's a Michaels right by my Hobby Lobby. I don't remember.
Hobby Lobby would have them too, probably.
Yeah. Sure.
Either one of them should have them.
Yeah.
You can get a bunch of different colors of them. Uh, they make silver ones and all different colors, silver, gold.
Yeah, if I do. Freaking, my dog got a hold of my last silver Sharpie. So I need to get another silver Sharpie.
Back to here. Oh. Yeah.
And I couldn't figure out why my dog's teeth were silver. Little bastard got a hold of my Sharpie. Brian, what's up?
Brian.
Don't tempt him, Brian. He will. Oh, yeah. You ever been sunburnt so bad that you feel like you're like sick?
Yep. Sun poisoning.
That's what I've got. Then I feel like shit.
Heat
Put some
stroke.
lotion. Put some lotion on it, and this fan next to me feels nice. Oh, my legs are actually Larry the Lobster fucking red.
Here, Jimmy. I just did with the pen.
Ooh. Ooh, yeah, it is real fine tipped. Oh, all right, shit. I'll have to go by Hobby Lobby tomorrow.
And if you screw it up until it cures, it's water soluble, so you can just until it actually dries, it's water soluble, so you can wipe it right off. So if you screw it up, you can wipe it off and try again.
There you go. All right, shit. I'm going to have to make one of those then. Ooh, I like the wheels on the Tempest, man. Is that a set of J's, I'm guessing, the wheels?
A bunch of these?
Yeah, I just noticed
Yeah.
the wheels.
Yeah.
I like them.
BBS 80 style wheels.
Yeah.
And the 20, 21, 22 inch size.
I like BBSs. They look good on everything. And I got some on a 99 SVT Cobra upstairs. Man, they look pretty good on that, too. Yeah. Jesus. Ugh. Ugh. Mm. Yeah.
Kevin. Nice, nice.
All right. I need to paint these. We're gonna paint those white just for a little bit more. Maybe that's black. I guess both these are just go silver too.
Okay. Okay, that should be it.
What you been up to, Brian? I feel like we ain't seen you in a while, man. Oh, nope. Fuck. That's not the button. There we go.
So, right. There we go. Of course, the headlights are still foggy because the glue isn't dry yet.
Sexy, sexy, sexy. I love the paint on the thing.
Still got to put a license plate on it.
Oh, yeah, that thing's beautiful. I love the paint.
See if I turn this off, I might lose it though. There we go. Now you can see the flames and stuff on it.
Oh yeah.
The red light's not blowing it out, blowing out the colors.
I know, I like that. That's the Tempest kit.
This? No, it's 64 GTO.
Oh,
Rebel kit.
ah. Okay, I see it now. The GTO logo on the quarter.
It's this one.
Oh, okay.
Prevail 64 Pontiac GTO 2-in-1 kit.
I like that. That's cool.
But I didn't do this. I didn't do the blown engine, or I did a blown engine, but not the kit one with the hole in the hood. I did the
Yeah, you did a.
got the LS supercharged Pontiac LS in there.
I like that.
Hey Ted, how are you tonight? You're going to Michigan. And we did a green and white interior. I don't know if I can. Yeah, I can't pick it up. I'll do the video on it. I'll have all the HD pictures on it, which will look a lot better.
Okay.
Yeah. Shoot it tomorrow after the glue in the headlights dries, because they're still a bit cloudy. So the white glue all sets up. That's that one. There's another one in the books.
Another one bites the dust.
Now I get to decide what to do next.
Ooh. I need to get this.
We got the Street Machine. Our Pro Street group build starts July 1st. We got 48-hour build later this month, so those two kits I can't start yet. I need to figure out what I'm doing with Pro Street. I haven't decided yet.
Nerdy.
Thanks, Brian. Yeah, they I believe they have internet up in there in the Michigan area. Yep, it's a goat. I got well, technically 4 more goats in my stash. I got the 67, 68, 69, and I got the Monkey Mobile. I don't have any 70s or 71s, 72s. I don't have any of those in the stash.
My Pro Street group build might get changed up. This truck Rick just sent me.
Cool.
That'd look good. Either this or I'm gonna go with the 70 Roadrunner was my original plan.
Yeah, that's a 70s goat. 70 or 71, I think. I think it's 71.
Oh, okay. I see. Looking at the photos of scrap. So that extra Viper motor I have up here is the motor out of this kit. Okay.
I don't know. There's a TV group build going on. I've got the Monkey Mobile. I've got the Miami Vice Ferrari back there.
That'd be a cool one.
I might build something not car next, just to be different, just to shake things up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a NASCAR. I got a NASCAR. We're doing NASCAR. Don't know. Let's see what I got. Let me go look. Oh,
And the tires from that big game kit might go on this step side. With it bigger. Come on. This kit might get a less swap. Lower down a little bit. I think the step sides look better lowered than they do lifted. Something about the step sides, they look weird lifted. Let's kill that. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, I think I'm going to. I might for the first street build. I think I'll just do the Roadrunner, and then I'll do this Dodge up like I did the Ford. Like that turquoise Ford lowered on some really big rims and tires. And then do a Chevy kind of the same way, lowered up. You know, with Ford, Dodge, and Chevy all lowered up like that.
that's it. We just lost Jimmy. He'll be back. And that kid that was won that one in the raffle at the show. going to do this one. The Spitfire. I think that's where we're going to go. Yes, I think that's the way we're going to go on the Spitfire. 130 scale, Mark 22. Reveal Germany kit.
Why am I sound?
No, I have another idea. I know what I'm going to do. Yep, I changed my mind. We are going to do a P-51 Mustang
There you go.
from Hasagawa. Because it's in 1/32 scale, and I know they make a 1/32 scale Mustang car, so I can paint the car to match the plane.
There you go. That look cool. That looked really cool.
That would be a way for me to sneak an airplane into Acme. Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
We're doing some walking.
Changing my camera angle.
What the fuck is that? That's probably important. Where's that go?
We'll take a look at the parts. I don't even know what all I got in here. I think I got might have some photo etch and stuff in here. Fuselage, pilots, bombs. Yeah, this one will be pretty straightforward, not real difficult.
Instead of paper fan too.
Parts. Wow. I need to get new decals for these. These look pretty shitty. They're yellowed out pretty bad and starting to crack up. So Yeah, we have to get the decals for it. That's not a big deal.
Make a fan. They're gonna be all painted. Put the belts on it.
Yeah, what centers did have the Merlin? It has the Rolls Royce Merlin motor in it.
Oh, God. Shit.
No, I'm probably gonna do like I don't know. I'll paint the Mustang up how whatever scheme, and then I'll paint the car Mustang to match it. And if I do, I'll probably do a red tails. I've always been a big fan of the red tails. Because they've got obviously the red tail plus some checkerboard on it. That would look good on a Mustang car. If I was doing a modern racing version of the flying P-51 Mustang, yeah, that color would look real good on it, like a Reno racer. But now I'm gonna do a straight up warplane.
That's all real close together. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, well, look. Yeah, I can't put you on it. Okay.
They've got looks like two different schemes on here. I've got a olive drab scheme. They've got the more of the racing scheme type style. Yeah, it's a racer style. And then they've got a camo. But not a big fan of the camo ones. I want to do the silver, but we can probably do a red tail. Let's see what.
No, good, man. I've thought about doing a plane. I've never really done anything that's not far. Okay, so on that, just yeah, that'll just go right there, and then the fucking radiators right up into it. Okay, that makes it easier. Bring a chip. What else need to look after this? Another wide, yeah, silver. All them hoses would be black, so I'm not sure about that.
They're not P51 decals.
Does that not go in there? Just probably super. Well, no, it looks like it does something. Yeah, right here. And this goes somewhere down here. So, this one goes on. And silver. Put it out. It's supposed to go right there. But that would be a pain.
See what's on the interwebs.
That'll
Arrowski on.
Man, it's 24 valve from Matthew. Damn. This motor is more detailed than freaking a lot of the kit motors I put together. Some bitch. A lot of those parts.
Yeah, I need to order some more parts and stuff from various sources.
Back with dinner. Money for everybody. Go get your own.
Because I'd like to have a couple engines floating around just in my stash, because you never know. You need one.
I know. They're good too for if you're just waiting for other shit to dry. I'll pull out one of the 3D printed motors and start putting it together while I'm waiting for it shit to dry. Just to have it built and ready for mock up, whatever I want to put it in.
So where do we start? Start with the engine, I do believe.
That goes right there. I can tell this radiator. This one's a pain in the fucking. Whoa, something about that. Okay. Well, that'll slow it down. All right.
11 and 12.
Thanks. Okay.
What is up with chat tonight? It's not working right at all.
Yep, I found some decals online for the Red Tails Tuskegee Airman. That's what we're gonna do. Then I can get one of those little 30-second scale Mustang cars. I think it's a GT350 or GT500 one. But they're making 30-second scale, which would be the same scale as the plane. And I can paint it to match. Parts 16.
P16. Trying to get a better look.
You snuck my battleship.
Yeah, that's the 210 for the Bronco. Oh, good. I think I'm going to take the seat and I'm going to two-tone them with creamy color and body color.
Hey, Mark.
I'll look my chat was scrolling now, wasn't it? Hey, Mark, how are you doing?
And
Not that kind of Twitch, Kevin. Because somebody has to, Mark. No, Graham, it's not just gaming people. There's a lot of modelers and there's a lot of figure painters and other artists. And also the occasional female with low self-esteem who puts stickers on their tits and basically stands there naked and talks to nerdy fat guys in their basements.
That sounds like a plan.
Hey, she makes money. All she gotta do is be nice, and nothing's showing. There's actually a lot of really decent people over on Twitch.
That's calling me up right back.
Be spending the evening in the bar, yes.
Xbox, no. No. I stopped playing games long before that. No, the last thing I played was World of Warcraft before they made it okay for my 8-year-old grandson to play. Basically ruined it. All because people can't parent their children and, supervise their internet usage.
Yeah, but anything since PlayStation, the original one.
Yeah, I don't even remember what the last console game was I played. Last computer game I played was the first Diablo. Been a minute.
I did some flight simulators and stuff like that on my computer, but that was
Yeah, I like the old school ROMs.
the
They're clunky and just the way they were when we were kids, so they're still kind of fun. I mess with those once in a while, but I really don't have an interest in it anymore since they ruined the games I actually like. Hey, Sluggo, we're all over at Bob's.
yeah.
Link's at the top of my chat if you want to come over to the main chat.
Yeah, my youngest brother took my PlayStation because I wasn't using it anymore. He's a big time gamer, cosplayer, and all works. But I never was.
Yeah, I used to do the cosplay stuff too. I still have all my costuming, but I got about 4 inches of extra waist I need to get rid of before I can get into anything.
He goes to that Comic-Con or whatever they call it up in Chicago every year.
Yeah, I used to go all the time. My grandsons are old enough to appreciate it now, so I have to start going again. Sluggo, I think Sega might have been the last actual physical console game that I owned. After that, I went straight to playing things on the computer and then stopped playing altogether.
So I had a lot of the flight sims and stuff, but my computers were never up to speed to really run them well, so I kind of got burned out on them.
Yeah, Grim, everything has a convention or a meeting place or something, there's just so many different little micro communities that you can shove into one convention. It's really kind of amazing to think about it. Especially when it comes to like cosplay type stuff, you got your furries and you got your anime characters and your superheroes and people that like specific movies like Star Trek, Star Wars, Indiana Jones. You get all the freaks in one batch, and it's a lot of fun. I miss it. Like I said, I'm a couple sizes from fitting back into my old gear, and if I can stop having surgery and get down those couple of inches, I will totally be back. Yeah, they're a special bunch. They're definitely different than everybody else. But yeah, I cosplayed a Finnick for years. I have a all handmade costume. My mom's sister helped me make it, and a longtime friend of mine actually designed the fox head for me. It has moving eyes and moving jaw and everything. It's a work of art, and I hate that it's sitting in a cupboard. People claim a lot of things, Kevin. And, every group has somebody that's messed up on some level.
Even us. That's what we keep Jeff around for.
No, Jeff is definitely not our moral compass. Kevin, he was probably just having friends over, or had a lot of gaming going on, or he could have been burying bodies in the backyard. You don't know. To answer your question, Sluggo 37 Ford pickup.
We're happy to have you, Adam. Anytime. You're always welcome.
Yeah, mine is my senior build, and so I've put everything else to the side. I'm not touching anything else right now with this. It's just taking forever because of the uncooperative weather. And my inability to make decisions and stick to them. It took me forever to decide which colors I was going to use. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do for the inside of the truck bed yet. Who cares? He's not a topic of discussion anymore, Grim. He's persona non grata. he fell off the boat and hit his head on a rock. Probably Kevin. Gotta be good at something, right? I'm sure he is, Sluggo, building all the ones he didn't get the chance to.
Okay. Okay, that's definitely not right.
Let's break up.
Oh, the instructions say I need part 30 for this engine, but part D30 is the tail wheel.
They lied.
So let me go see what part number the tail wheel is and see if that's where the other part is at.
I hate when the numbering's messed up or non-existent.
Well, it's these instructions translated from 4 different languages before they hit English.
Yeah, mistakes are gonna happen, definitely.
No, that says it's D32. Go on a scavenger hunt, I guess.
Yeah, now you gotta stare at every sprue until you find it. I hate that.
That's not that one. That one just had wings on it.
Yeah, he was good people. I'm just happy he actually got to go to a show and got to meet up with, most of the core group.
Yeah, I think I'm real happy he got to go to Acme.
Yeah. That changed his whole outlook, really. He actually was genuinely smiling, which is something he hadn't done in quite a long time.
Even though it took a lot out of him, I think he was very happy that he went.
Yeah.
I definitely know we took care of him while he was there. He had a blast.
Yeah. And that's what it's all about. Yeah, Sluggo, he did.
Yeah, his son drove him down. But yeah. Yeah, Kevin, that's where the propeller goes. They were looking for part of the propeller hub, and it's marked. The instructions marked the tail wheel, and I had the tail wheel number for it. So apparently they typoed D for A. It was part was A30, not D30.
I had that happen in a few Gundam kits and a couple of really, really old model kits.
Of course, it's on the engine anyway, and I usually don't have my engine cowlings open, so it doesn't matter. You never see it. So.
Yeah, but you know it's there.
That's all right. I don't care. The only reason I'm putting it in is because you need it to hold the propeller up.
Right.
Otherwise, I probably wouldn't even put it in. It would be really cool to put it into a 32nd scale car. Put this 32nd scale Rolls-Royce Merlin engine in there.
That definitely be different. Might have to put wings on that though.
E4, what is it?
I'm sure he was high enough, Sluggo, that he saw something. Yeah, exactly, Kevin. That and all of the decent people and critters that went before us. It's gonna be a hell of a zoo up there for me if that's the case. I'll be the one with the millipedes, the centipedes, the snakes, the tarantulas, the iguanas, the leopard geckos, the frogs, the dogs, the cats, the birds. I'll be the one with the zoo.
And it's a good thing he was in a wheelchair. We probably would have had to bail him out of jail because he was chasing after that nurse all night long at the restaurant.
No? Night Sluggo.
Yeah, I've watched a couple of videos of people who are restoring Spitfires, and I've heard the Merlins run. If you watch the movie The Battle of Britain, in the very beginning of it, you see the big shortcoming of the Rolls-Royce Merlin engine when they're flying the very first scene, because the carburetor they used when they flew upside down or flew negative G's, the fuel supply would be interrupted. So you can hear, like in the very first scene when they're doing a rollover, you can hear the engine go. It was like losing losing gas.
Yeah, they kind of sound like they got the hiccups.
When the U.S. started using the Merlin engine in the Mustang, then they fixed that problem. They went to a different type of float system in the carburetors. It kept it was pressurized, so it kept fuel supply going no matter what orientation the plane was in. Because the Mustangs originally came with Allison engines in them. And they were good level, but the Allison engine didn't perform very well at high altitudes. That's when they started putting the engine from the split part of the Rolls-Royce Merlin engine in the Mustangs. Because a lot of the B models were sent to Britain on the Lend-Lease thing, and they didn't like them because they had the Allison engines in them. And even though after the U.S. started putting a Rolls-Royce engine in it, they never did. Great Britain never did get any of the D models with the Rolls-Royce engine in it. So by that time, they really didn't need them. They had enough Spitfire production and stuff going that they didn't really need the Mustangs. And if you go to P-51A, which is actually not a Mustang, it's an Apache, it had the Merlin engine in it as well. G25.
What is this? The Bug Marcy hour? My phone keeps buzzing.
But as far as engine sounding, the coolest one I ever heard fire up was the Pratt & Whitney double WASP, the 2800. It was in like the Corsairs and stuff. That was an engine that.
Oh well.
They were deafeningly loud, and you could just feel it in your chest.
Well, at least you didn't have to worry about it being anything untoward, Kevin.
The only difference between the Le Mans and the GTO was the badging, because the GTO was just a trim level. The Tempest, the Le Mans, the GTO were all the same car, just depending on what trim level you got.
It's the same thing between the Impala and like the Bel Air and shit like that for the 60s.
Yeah, it was purely a trim level type thing.
Fish doesn't want to mix ice cream very well. What the fuck?
What was that?
All my fucking shit's at the bottom.
All I heard was ice cream.
Which feel good. It's mint grasshopper.
Why can't they just call it mint chocolate chip?
Interestingly enough, the mascot, if you will, of the GTO was actually a tiger, not a goat.
Yeah, didn't they in one of the commercials, the dude opened the trunk and there was a freaking tiger in the trunk?
The hood, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the hood.
The tagline was "Put a tiger in your tank." Yep.
Tiger's cool. A goat would have been just funny.
take the goat thing too literally. All it means is greatest.
Yeah. Well, you go with the goat thing being the greatest of all time. Look that way. Instead of the Gran Turismo Omologato or whatever it was. What it stood for. There's our engine ready to be painted. Oh, except for valve covers. I didn't put the valve covers on. And we'll see if we can put magnets in it for the cowling so that you can pop the engine off. Look at it if you feel like it. I feel like it. But it's not real super detailed, so I don't know. We'll see.
It look cool though.
If I was gonna do that for sure, I'd go online and get a 3D printed Merlin engine. A lot more detail. This one doesn't have a whole lot of detail to it. Both two angle up a little bit. There we go. Okay, there's the engine done. Ready for paint. I'm betting H8 is going to be some type of aluminum. Yep. Bulletproof shields right there. Tight rudder pedals. Where is, let's see. Eight 31 feet. Okay. You know, most of the pictures of my old cars, I have no idea what happened to them. They're here somewhere in storage.
I wish I could find the pictures of my dad's Roadrunner. I don't know what happened to him.
Well, I have a couple pictures of my GTO and one or two pictures of my Firebird. A couple of the Vega.
You know, there weren't a lot of them. There's a small stack of photos. I remember seeing them, but I don't know what happened to them.
Most of those, if I had a picture of it, it's just the car just happened to be in the background. It wasn't an actual picture of the car.
These were actual intentional pictures of the car.
On my later cars, the only pictures of those I have are ones with the damage from animal strikes. And the insurance company. My GTO would be easy to replicate though, because it was just in primer. I just sand off all the chrome because that was all in the trunk and it was in primer. As far as I got on it before it got wrecked. Now, what I planned on doing it was a different story, but as far as it actually got with it, it was just in primer. I had the body work done and had it primed. Didn't have it painted when it got hit. Let that dry. Not gonna
My
put
dad's got a couple photos of some of his old vehicles, and he's got one I want to replicate. It was his it was a '79 Chevy, big old square body that him and a bunch of his buddies swapped they took a wreck, freaking somebody had wrapped a Corvette around a pole, and they pulled the 427 out of the Corvette and shoved it in his truck. And it was black with a white primer hood. And him and all of his buddies drinking one night, spray painted in lime green paint, swamp thing on the tailgate. Friggin' that fucker. He used to have to shove a big old piece of wood down where his shifter was, because at the wrong moments that son of a bitch would pop out of 4-wheel drive and go into first gear.
See you, Kev.
Let's see.
See you, Kevin.
Yeah, we'll be here for a little while yet.
I'm about to jump off. I gotta go put some more lotion on my fucking legs. They're burning again.
Yeah. Well, the one was actually taken out by one of them freaking armadillos. Because I hit it and it went up under into the front engine bay and did messed up all kinds of shit. From the outside, the car didn't look like it had hardly any damage at all, except for one corner of the fender. But yeah, it just ate up the inside of it. Busted up the radiator and the core support and just tore the hell out of it. But the other two were, they were taken out by deer.
Yeah. So I try not to drive them unless I have to drive on my little back road at night. There's so many fucking deer that get hit on my road. Fucking dumbasses think they're invincible or something. They'll stand out the fucking road.
Wow.
We get a lot of turtles crossing our road, though. I'll stop and help turtles cross the road. But turtles are cool. I don't like seeing the turtles get hit. All right, I'm gonna go put some more lotion on my legs.
Okay.
So I'll catch you all later.
All right.
See you, Jimmy.
All right, see you guys.
Hey, Edward. So yeah, you can keep the deer here when you hit them if you want. You just have to call it in. Call it in that you hit it. In fact, I only ever had a policeman ever show up one time because I was waiting for the tow truck because they thought that I might be lying and I might have hit a person because where I was at. Nope, there's the deer right there. In fact, I had to shoot it because it wasn't dead yet. So I hit that one. I was on the interstate when I hit that one. Or it hit me, I guess is a better way to put it. It hit me. Ran into the side of my car. Took the whole side of it out too. Front fender, mirror, doors, rear fender, the whole works. Where's my olive drabs? Chromate, light green. Chromate, light green, and khaki. Pale green, that's what I want, pale green. Hey, Andrew. Didn't know you were here. Good night. Yo. Here goes. Sometimes amazing to find when you find out how much of these World War II fighter jet or planes were actually made out of wood and not metal. And some, like the mosquito, were almost entirely made out of wood. And by the end of World War II, the Germans were using wooden propellers because they didn't have enough metal to make their props out of metal anymore, so they were making back to making them out of wood. The cockpit floor of the Mustang was plywood. That's what made me think about it. It's wood. Pale brown. Dark brown. Dark green brown. All right. Are you going anywhere cool for the holiday coming up, or are you everybody's just staying at home? I know I'm just staying here close to the house.
We're
You
not
got to
doing
my
anything.
brother's lake.
I'll be sitting here
On the
trying to keep my dog from going nuts.
On the 6th, we'll go out to the lake and hang out there and barbecue and all that good stuff. But the city here does a big fireworks display. I could go out and sit on my front porch and see 90% of it, but I usually don't go down there to the riverfront where they do it at. They didn't do it last year because the weather conditions were so dry. They had to cancel it. Even though they shoot all off in the middle of the river. So they have extra money to spend on this year, so it ought to be pretty good. Oh, Reading Plains, that ranks right up there with Potowitz. I enjoy it. You just got to be in the mood, right mood to do it. I mean, if I can rig the Gulf, I could probably rig anything. I did the Robert E. Lee too. That one was a pain in the ass. Run all the guy wires and stuff for it. I got the easy line. I have used it. I'm starting to run into long term issues with it from like kits that I put together and did 4 or 5 years ago. That easy line is starting to disintegrate. I don't know if it's just my environment or what, but I try to either use guitar string or the wax thread. But you got to make sure if you're using the actual cotton thread that it's the wax stuff. Otherwise, you're going to have a bad day. Because it's furry and it will expand and contract depending on the humidity of where you're storing it, the plane. And so what happened to my Robert E. Lee, the cotton string actually shrunk over the years and actually broke the thing in half. But guitar strings has its issues too. It's not the easiest stuff to work with. And it's not very flexible. And once it gets a curve in it, it's almost impossible to get it to lay straight. Yeah, I just look for antennas and stuff. I use the easy line all the time. You can actually use monofilament too, that like the fishing line. If you have to go back and paint it afterwards, obviously, but yeah. I've had good luck with that. Especially if it's a kit where you can drill holes for the string to go into. Glue it in one end, thread it through the hole at the other end where it goes, hold it tight, and hit it with the super glue and the accelerator, and lock it in and trim it off. I've had good luck with that too. Then you go back and you paint it whatever the silver color or whatever you want it to represent. If it was a steel cable or iron cable, it would rust pretty quickly. Or But there's as many different ways to rig a plane out there as there are days of the year. Whatever works best for you. So like when I did the GOSA, that's along the same lines as doing a ship. I mean, that's boatloads of rigging. And one of these days, I'd like to get a hold of that Wingnut Wings GOSA. But that's Fine Mold's perfect grade Millennium Falcon money for that GOSA from Wingnut Wings. I built the old Aurora one and it turned out just fine. I'm happy with it. You can go back on my channel and watch the videos on that if you're interested in it. And that one I started doing it in a guitar string, but I didn't have enough here, and I'm having issues with it. So part of it's in the cotton, and part of it's in the steel string.
I try to avoid things that require any kind of rigging. I don't have that kind of patience. I'll do photo etch before I do rigging.
Yeah, the easy line is probably the easiest, just as it says, the easiest way to go. I've had it could just be me or product of my environment, but I have issues after a couple of years. It starts getting brittle.
Good question, Edward. Haven't seen him in a couple of chats.
He was on a little bit Tuesday night, I do believe, if I remember right. But he wasn't there all night, just a short time.
Gary's missing again too.
Eventually, I may go back and re-rig that GOSA using all of it. I do change up the material. Like the Stearmans, I used, what did I use? I think on both of those, I used guitar string. And then on the last one, on the snail duster, I used the cotton thread, the wax cotton thread.
People are starting already. I hear fireworks.
Go grab it. Go grab it. Go grab it. Okay.
It must be Night of the Ignorant Twats, Kevin, because a flock of crotch rocket kings just flew past my house. Be reading about them in the news tomorrow. A lot of construction around here. You don't need to be driving like idiots.
Lagosa. That's all. got a boatload of rigging in there. All the control lines on the outside run down the outside of the fuselage. But that's a big old bird, especially for 1/48 scale. There for now. Okay. Okay. So, Nick. More detail that'll never be seen once we put it together. How did I do it? Because I'm stuck at home all day, every day. But actually, I do most of my building during the live stream. I don't build a whole lot when I'm not on lives.
That's the only time I get a considerable amount of anything done.
Otherwise, I seem that most time I just end up parking my butt in front of the TV.
I don't have that luxury all the time.
Oh, good morning from the UK. We're on there quite a bit. Well, even though I could go places, I can't. I either have to take mom with me or try to arrange for somebody to come and check on her. So it's more times than not, it's just easier to just stay home.
Yeah, same thing here.
It's getting to the point where I can't even like go to Walmart and cut her loose and pick her up in a little while. I got to stay with her all the time. It took me 6 weeks to find her cell phone the last time she put it somewhere she didn't remember.
At least you found it.
Just purely by accident because the battery was dead, so I couldn't like call it. And
the Find My Phone was not useless as well. So.
she's the old school that it uses up too much electricity if I leave it plugged in when I'm not using
it. Yeah.
And I can't. I try to explain to her, Mom, when the battery gets full, it stops. Electric stops flowing. But yeah. And she loses it, and I can't find it. Makes it real fun to try and pay her phone bill every month because I can't find her phone to pay it.
Yeah, you need to just set it up in the browser on your computer. So.
Well, I was, but
dealing with
the email account and all the passwords and stuff that were set up on at the time are no good anymore. I don't have that email address is not active, so I can't send it to them. Send it to the email. I had them to go in with through my account, and I was able to find her account number and just pay it blindly. Because if you go in and like reset up your password or whatever for it, it sends all the email. It won't let you change the email address it's sending to, or it would send a text to the phone, so it doesn't really no good because the phone battery's dead because I don't know where it's at. I was gonna just end up having to close that account and get her a new phone, but I found it.
You should be able to contact them and get it sorted out.
So I found it. So now I know where it's at, and she doesn't. So that's I give it to her. Go out. That was the thing before when I could cut her loose in Walmart if I couldn't find her, then I could just call her and find out where she was at in the store.
He completely ignores his, but when we go out, if he walks away and doesn't see me, he texts me. So we don't have the break in communication or understanding at this point.
Yeah, the gallery airbrushes I've heard are pretty good. I don't have one. In fact, I'm going to probably next airbrush I buy be that one that Don got from Harbor Freight, that Black Diamond or Black Cobra or whatever it's called.
The Widow?
Yeah, Black Widow, yeah.
Yeah, I was trying really hard not to look at that. I've got like 3 or 4 airbrushes I don't need anymore. I have the gallery Barbados Rex that I still need to buy the fan cap for. I got the deal right when it first came out and got it for under $100. It was like $90 from their door to mine. And at the time, it didn't have the fan cap ready. And I just keep forgetting to get it.
The first one I had was out of the UK, and I couldn't could never get parts for it. Yeah, the Spectrum Black Widow airbrush kit. It's like $70.
Yeah. I mean, I like my TR1. I'm much better with a trigger airbrush. I can't use the push down, pull back. I literally it shoots paint straight up my arm. And that does not fly. I can't even paint a straight line. The triggers, I don't have a problem with.
this is the one I'm probably going to get next. This comes with the regular tip, the fan tip, a 2 or 3 and a 5 needle. It's the pistol grip trigger action.
Yeah.
So that's probably what I'm going to try next. I use these Avantis a lot too. These the gravity feeds, the O series. I use that for my clear, or if I'm painting craft acrylics, that's what I use for that one. Yeah, but I want to try out one of these. One of these Black Widows.
I can't leave my stuff set up, so I'm less likely to break it out and use it because I have to put it away when I'm done.
Oh, mine are all sitting next to me.
I need to get us out of here into a place where I can establish a whole room setup so I don't have to continually look into it.
I got the Harbor Freight stand sitting over there. I've got them on. That's the 3 that I use most. Then I've got a couple that are still boxed up. But yeah, that's what I use mostly for airbrushes. Yeah, I really liked the one I got from the UK. It was a Bart Sharp. And I really liked it, but they're always out of stock on them, and I can never get parts from them.
That's a bummer.
Because I need new seals for it. Seals are worn out in it, which is like $6 for a new set of O-rings and seals from them, but they're always out of stock of them.
There's nothing else compatible?
No, not really. I mean, for the O-rings, I can get away with using beeswax instead of where the O-rings are just falling apart on it. But as far as regular the Teflon seal inside, no, I haven't found any of them that fit. Okay, that's why I'm looking at that Black Widow, because it's a trigger, the pistol grip trigger, as opposed to the dual action. I like my dual action, but I'm looking for something that.
Well, pistol grip's still dual action. It's just not a push down full back. Squeeze and squeeze some more.
Yeah, but I mean, in all honesty, there's no great benefit to me by being able to start running just the air by itself anyway. So don't really need a double action. My next airbrush purchase will be one of those. Okay. The cockpit painted. For that part, it'll paint the insides. And this I will spray. Well, I've got a full air kit, so I can pop off the airbrush and stick an air blower nozzle on there and just blow the air out. I've got the whole 9 yards because I've got a big big compressor too that I don't use very often because it's so noisy here in the house. Almost need to set it outside and run the hose in because it's freaking noisy.
Set it outside the window and run the hose through.
This here, I got plugged in. Guard your ears, Marcy. That's how loud it is.
Yeah, that's pretty loud.
So I don't use it very often.
It might keep the rodents out of your yard or set it outside your window.
Yeah, it wouldn't be as bad if I need to go through and refix all the Teflon seals on my lines.
Yeah,
Or
but
not
just
leak.
have a mat underneath it would help reduce noise too.
Yeah, but then it wouldn't run as much because it's 150 psi 6-gallon tank. I should be
Yeah,
able
I have a piece of carpeting set underneath mine so it doesn't make that loud noise.
so it wouldn't have to run as much. But I got a leak in the airline, so I'm leaking air all the time when it's on. So it runs like every 10 minutes it kicks on. As opposed to that one, which is much quieter.
Yeah, I just have the what is it, the Pache compressor. Small tank.
They use this cheap Amazon one most of the time for just short little stuff.
Yeah, those people use those for a while. They're pretty good from what I've seen.
ABEST, ABEST. You got it off Amazon. It was like $20. I use it probably as much as anything else.
Somebody gifted me something else.
This is pretty easy to clean up too.
Have you heard anything good or bad about the Iwata Ninja Jet compressor? It's a small.
I've never used an Iwata compressor. I got the one, the central pneumatic one is the one I'm using right now. Again, a Harbor Freight one.
Somebody gifted this to me. It's brand new. I haven't tried it yet.
But is it the black, like a black one in a metal box? That one?
Yeah, it's like the little units you see the tattoo artists with.
Yeah, I've seen him.
Little metal handle on top.
What's his name? Flory, for Flory models in the UK. Yeah, that's one he uses. But I don't have any personal experience with it. No.
It didn't cost me anything to pick it up, so it sucks.
Yeah, my mom got me one of those ones at the nail salon for makeup, doing makeup. It's just like looks like a little square box. Looks like an aquarium pump.
Yeah, those are smaller than this one, and those are not bad.
I didn't like the way it worked, so it's here somewhere. But
I've used those for acrylic paint. They don't last very long, though.
say most time I just use. I got the little 40 psi pneumatic one that I got from Harbor Freight that I use 99% of the time.
I haven't tried the Harbor Freight ones yet, but I said I'm trying to avoid getting any more because
It was like $60 or something like that. It wasn't very expensive at all. I still brush paint a lot of my stuff just because it takes so much time to clean the brush off. Doing small jobs, I tend to just brush paint a lot of it.
yeah.
Like here, there was a bigger area and I wanted a nice, quick, even coat, so I went ahead and airbrushed it. But
And if I could leave mine, sitting out, all set up and ready to go, I'd find myself using them more. But I just don't have that option right now.
I keep on putting. When I'm done using it, I'll put a couple drops of alcohol down in there. And leave it so it keeps it lubricated, I guess, a little bit. What I'm looking for. Breaks up any paint that might be left in there. And I'm probably gonna break down and get one of the detail guns for doing painting the guitars. Yeah. Okay. Here's my white paint out. Where did I put it? Here now at the beginning of the night, doing the DTO, but where's it? Oh, there it is.
And a regulator and a moisture trap and regular cleaning of your tank. So many people don't do that.
If I have two moisture traps, I have one on the compressor and one here.
Yep.
And then I use the Mac valves too.
Yeah, I got the inline and the one on the compressor.
With the quick release.
I need to get some of those quick release things. That's on my list too. That and then the cap for the paint cap for my swallowtail.
On the big compressor, I got a big dual stage water trap that does a real good job. So it so I can figure out where the leak is at in the system. I don't use it because it runs constantly.
Yeah.
It drives me
Breaks
nuts.
down and shakes it through.
I've taken it apart and Teflon taped all the joints several times. I've put new O-rings in some of them. And I'll get it done and I'll spray it with soap water and there's bubbles everywhere.
Huh. Might just be time for a new one.
was still better than the old days when I we just tapped the spare tire out of the car and hooked the airbrush up to that.
Let's see how. Why are you barking into the corner, you weirdo?
The first guitar I painted with, to me, a transparent green, and I did it with the Luriga, a little airbrush, and that was a pain in the butt. I tried to paint that giant area with a bitty brush. And the next couple I did rattle cans, but this last one I'm probably going to want to get the detail guy to do it.
Alrighty, people. I am out of here. I will see y'all later.
All right. Yeah, we'll go ahead and shut her down because we're not getting a whole lot going on. So thank everybody for coming in tonight. And we'll see you on Tuesday night at our regular time at 7 o'clock Eastern time. And so we'll see you then. Yeah, I've got everything with brass fittings. I do have flexible hose, but I don't know. I just got to tear it up. I'm going to put new O-rings and all the connectors for where the quick connects are and everything. But it still wants to leak, so I'll find it one day. But anyway, thanks for everybody for coming in tonight. We're just hanging out. I think Brian said he's going to possibly be back next week, so you'll be able to go to his video, his live stream. With that, I'll say good morning, good evening, good night, depending where you are in the world, and we will see you next time. Bye.